about a week and now thankfully is recovering at home.
I started to cry. I wasn't expecting it.
In March, 4-year-old Lincoln Zimmerman started to feel a little unwell.
He had a couple sneezes and a runny nose. I thought it was allergies.
Mom Anna is a NICU physician herself and was proactive in protecting her kids early on from the COVID-19 pandemic.
We didn't let him go across the street. We didn't take him to parks. We didn't go to the neighborhood. Nothing. We just stayed at home.
A week later, he got a fever and his health quickly deteriorated.
We needed more oxygen, more support, more hydration. And so Monday is the day that we went to the hospital.
A few days later, he tested positive for COVID-19.
It was hard to watch. The coughing spasms are crazy. Those were probably the scariest for me because he would you could tell he couldn't catch his breath.
After a lot of great care from nurses and doctors, Lincoln began to show signs of recovery.
You aren't sleeping and you are holding your breath because you don't know what's coming. And then at the minute you start to turn down that support, it's just like this weight off your shoulders.
Doctors at the Rocky Mountain Hospital for Children say with COVID-19, kids usually have fewer symptoms than adults.
I do know some of the children that are infected by this have underlying conditions like heart problems or lung problems or asthma, but not all of them.
For the Zimmermans, it's a remarkable story of as Lincoln is now happily recovering with his family at home.
He looks like himself again.
His mom said the care they received here was just wonderful. Her advice for other parents is you know your child best, and if something seems off, certainly get them checked out. In Denver, I'm Mackenzie O'Keefe covering Colorado First.
Coming up, it's a summer favorite here in Denver, Jazz in the Park. How the shows will go on, just not in City Park. That's ahead on Colorado's News Channel.
Still fresh. Unstoppable. In-wash scent booster. Downy Unstoppables.
When it comes to a better night's sleep, maybe it's time to shop inside the box. And at DenverMattress.com, your perfect bed in a box is just a click away. Shop today and save big on factory direct bestsellers like the Easy Choice, the earth-friendly comfort of the Aspen, and for you sporty types, the Athlete's Choice. Plus, make your money work for you with 4 years no-interest financing and free delivery right to your doorstep. Unpack a better tomorrow, tonight, only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
Aging Colorado, your resource for living and aging well. The census is here. Funds for programs and services you care about are based on census results. Complete it now. Be counted. It's safe and easy. Visit 2020census.gov to learn more.
When a family member needed a heart transplant, organ donation gave us hope. Organ, eye, and tissue donation is the ultimate act of kindness. This April, show your heart by performing an act of kindness for National Donate Life Month. Learn more at donatelifecolorado.org. Show your heart.
Hello, Colorado. David Szymanski here with U.S. Mortgages. Nuff said. Hello, Colorado. David Szymanski here with U.S. Mortgages. Nuff said.
This is our opportunity to make sure that resources come back to our community, to make sure that we have things like public education and public transportation and healthcare. It's really important to address the fact that some people are really worried about putting information out there on the census. It's not going to be shared and put out there for other people to use against you. It's really safe. Other than voting, filling out your census form is the way that you make sure that government works for you. Make a difference. Be counted.
The arts connect us during the best of times and the worst of times. But one very popular concert series will look much different this summer. Organizers have already decided Jazz in the Park won't take place in City Park this summer because of COVID-19. CBS 4's Sean Chitnis explains how the concerts will still go on as organizers support the musicians.
The scene on this day at City Park is similar to what organizers hope for in the summer when it comes to City Park Jazz, but the festival won't take place like it usually does.
We felt like it was probably the safest and smartest decision to cancel the festival for the year, and it was heartbreaking.
It's a move made by so many in the music world right now, but unlike most in the industry, organizers will still be paying everyone involved.
I was, as everyone has been, blown away.
Erica Brown has performed in Colorado for more than 3 decades. Her band, the Cast Iron Queens, was one of 10 acts set to take the stage this summer. She says it's a needed show of support to the artist community.
It's huge because no one was expecting it. Because with all the cancellations that all the venues have had and the reschedules and all that sort of thing.
It won't be easy, and organizers admit they will have to make up for it next year.
I think it's going to mean a lot to these musicians. It's hard enough to be an artist and try to make it.
The impact they're facing is unlike anything else in their past, but it's also giving musicians more time to keep working on their craft and find new ways to collaborate for the future.
I am really excited to see what's going to come out on the other end of this, because it's gonna be awesome.
Sean Chitness, covering Colorado First.
Looking forward to it. You know, Dave Aguilera is going to be joining us for weather. Dave, you know, the snow is going to be all over the ground on Easter. Kind of makes it hard to hide all those colorful eggs around, right?
I just go ahead and hide them tomorrow. What do you say? Although, you know, when it's harder, it's a lot more fun, right? I don't know. Let's take a look today. Go out today, get a dry run through hiding. Well, we lost the camera there. But we've got a few clouds building out there on the west side of town. They will turn into a few showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, so we'll be watching for that. So if you do hide eggs today, get out at least before about 3 or 4 o'clock and you'll be okay. Take a look at this live satellite and radar. Now we've got a little snow in the mountains south of Salida here, and one lonely thunderstorm down here just on the south side of Pueblo County down there near Colorado City, roaming through. Might get a little rain through there, and that may eventually make its way over into Pueblo in the next hour or so. Here's the big picture now. We're watching this low over LA and this front coming out of Canada. The two will be melding together over the course of the weekend. Now, initially this afternoon, maybe a little rain-snow mix in the mountains and a chance for a shower or thunderstorm here. Tomorrow, we're ahead of the front all day long, so we've got a real nice day tomorrow and mostly sunny across the state tomorrow. Then it gets windy in the afternoon. Then tomorrow night, the front comes through, might see a few showers, and then it changes over to snow relatively quickly all day Sunday. So Sunday, we might have a little band of snow coming through early in the day, and then in the afternoon and evening we get the upslope really flowing, so it might be 2 bouts of snow that comes our way. And here's what it looks like as far as the snow forecast goes for Denver up to Fort Collins in this area, maybe about 2 to 6 inches of snow depending upon where this sets up. So we'll start about 2 and then maybe go up a little higher than that. In the mountains, several inches of snow up there as well. I suspect by the time we get either tonight into tomorrow, we'll have some advisories and some warnings and that type of thing going on. But here's the Easter forecast. Look at the temperatures. Highs will not make it above 28 degrees, it doesn't look like, and we'll have snow all day long. Now, if that happens, here's what it looks like. We could wind up in the top 10 for the top snowiest Easters on record, somewhere in the middle here, it looks like, from the 2 to 6 range there. And in addition to that, it might wind up being the coldest as well, at least in the top 10 coldest. We're forecasting about 24, and so that should put us right in the middle there. Not as cold as 1894 when we had 9 inches of snow and only 17 degrees though. So here's the way today looks like. We'll have showers and thunderstorms popping this afternoon. Not real heavy, but you might get a little sprinkle of rain going on there. So in detail, 72 the high today, not bad. 68 tomorrow. And there's the cool down coming for Sunday, a high of only 28 and about 2 to 6 inches of snow. Wet snow on the grassy areas mainly, Dylan, here in the Mile High City. So quite a change coming our way to finish out that weekend.
Dave, one upside is hopefully more people will be staying home in the warm interiors. Now, we know Colorado is stepping up to help restaurants. Now there's a push to help the craft beer industry. Unfiltered Craft is sponsoring a shelter-in-place, or SIP, Beer Fest tomorrow. It's inspired by a beer podcast, and it's teamed up with a beer delivery service. Tickets are $5, and the money goes straight to the Brewers Association. You can find out more information at cbsdenver.com. Hit the links and info page. Coming up, how the outbreak is pushing telemedicine to the forefront of how doctors will treat patients going forward. You're watching CBS 4 News and now streaming on CBSN Denver.
Still fresh. Unstoppable. In-wash scent booster. Downy Unstoppables.
For countless years, Furniture Row has been your local source for high-quality and affordably stylish home furnishings. And at FurnitureRow.com, you can choose from thousands of sofas, sectionals, and leather, dining sets, tables, and bar stools, bedroom sets, kids' beds, lamps, and accessories, all ready to ship free right to your doorstep. Plus, furnish your entire home with 4 years no-interest financing. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. Furniture Row, your local furniture specialists.
Aging Colorado, your resource for living and aging well. The census is here. Funds for programs and services you care about are based on census results. Complete it now. Be counted. It's safe and easy. Visit 2020census.gov to learn more.
Hello, I'm Dr. Joseph Ramos, medical doctor and attorney. My team and I understand the challenges our clients face after a crash. Doctor's appointments, battling traffic, medical bills, and dealing with insurance adjusters, just to name a few. Avoid the hassles and contact us through our Ramos Law Client Connect program. Ramos Law Client Connect allows you to meet with us face-to-face from the comfort and privacy of your home or office. Your time is valuable. Let us help.
The census is easy, convenient, and quick. I filled out my census information in less than 10 minutes. The best part is that I can do it by mail, online, or by phone. The census is important for people like me to get the resources I need.
We face a powerful enemy.
New York City is the current epicenter for the coronavirus outbreak, with hundreds dying every day. Doctors from around the nation, including Colorado, have answered the call for help. National Jewish Health is among the hospitals that sent staff. Mohammed Daliba is an ICU doctor at the hospital, but for the next 7 days, he'll be on the front lines at the Mount Sinai West in New York City. Gabriel Lockhart had just returned. He's now quarantined at home, and he says the trip helped not only patients in the New York area, but medical professionals here at home.
At the same time, we're reporting back to our group in Denver what we're finding, what some different changes that this group was incorporating, what worked for them, what didn't work for them, and what can we do with a head start that they didn't have.
Now, both of those doctors say it was easy to answer this call for help because they took an oath to help everyone. Our medical editor, Dr. Dave Nida, has also helped with the situation in New York City through telemedicine. The COVID-19 outbreak shows us just how vital this technology can be. We all are working to stay healthy. Political reporter Sean Boyd talks to one of its early proponents, Colorado Senator Cory Gardner.
I'm in my hometown, 40 miles away from the Kansas-Nebraska border.
A native of Yuma, Colorado, Senator Cory Gardner knows firsthand what it's like to be without reliable internet service.
I might be able to find 5 bars in my town, but I cannot find 5 bars on my cell phone.
Joking aside, he convinced the FCC 2 years ago to begin expanding not only rural broadband, but telehealth services. FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr says it's paying off now more than ever.
So right now, we don't want Americans going to brick and mortar healthcare facilities unless they need the level of care provided there.
Telehealth so important in the COVID-19 pandemic that Congress has now approved an additional $200 million to expand it.
So now we have a new initiative that's going to support the delivery of health care to them right in their home.
Including mental health care. Gardner says a person in crisis called into his telephone town hall last week.
And we were able to use telehealth technology to connect them with a physician. This really is, I think, a model that is not only going to help save lives and dollars and make efficiencies happen in COVID-19, but this is here to stay.
Starting next week, rural and urban healthcare providers can apply with the FCC for the telehealth funding. Congress also approved $30 million a year for the next 5 years to establish a telehealth network in rural areas specifically, and billions of dollars for the Veterans Administration to expand telehealth services.
Ranch, which is The Larimer County Fairgrounds, many people also recognize it as the Budweiser Event Center. That's on the east side of I-25, north of Crossroads in Larimer County, right on the edge of Weld County as well. Multiple beds were installed in the ranch as early as, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. But that was specifically for the homeless population. In Aurora, they did the same thing, announcing today that they have actually rented out one hotel with 120 bedrooms for the homeless community. Once again, the number of people now reported is on the increase, but we are prepared to hear the governor speak.
This facility. This is the convention center that we are speaking to you from. Many of us have much more fond memories of this center. Maybe it was Comic-Con or whatever it's called now, or Consumer Home and Garden Show. For me, growing up, convention centers were work. I grew up in a small family business, Blue Mountain Arts. My late grandmother, June Polis, was sales manager, and I worked setting up booths across the country and manning them during trade shows. It was really very powerful for me to see the plans for Exhibit Hall A, Exhibit Hall B. Again, normally for you, for those who come here, it could be work, it could be fun. This is the area where, if it's a home and consumer garden show, the hot tubs are here, the outdoor patio furniture is here. Many of you have been